Hello, welcome to FlutterBase. Today I'm going to talk about how to use OAuth 2.0 to retrieve information about your profile and perform transaction on your Google Drive. So let's start the video. So first, you need to go to the Google Cloud platform and enable OAuth 2.0 on the Drive. So let's do that. First, when you first sign into the Google Cloud platform, you will be asked this. So agree and continue. Okay, now let's create a project. Give it a name. Let's say OAuth. Okay, view. Then let's create a new service. Go to OAuth consent screen. So now create. And so there are no clients displayed currently, so let's create one here. OAuth client ID, right? I'm going to be using a web application, so web client URL. So since I'm using a localhost node server to do this, HTTP for now create library and search for drive. And let's enable that. Okay, let's take a look at the web client we created. So this URI right here is the authorized domain for all the OAuth system. Only those domains will be authorized for use the OAuth system, access the OAuth system. So basically you can make calls from here and the redirect will be redirected to here. So redirect first you get a URL from the server that contains the OAuth process. So when the completion of OAuth process, you get a code to this server right here. So using that code we can get the token, so we can store the token in our server or browser or something and gain access to the content we needed, like to perform the in this case perform the transactions on your on the drive. Let's save it. Now let's create a node server. Okay, now let's open a folder. Okay, on the terminal and create a default package, npm package. Init 5. Okay, now let's install the dependencies. For this we need so for access the OAuth processor, we need the Google APIs. Let's install that by Google APIs. And we need one more thing to store a few files, converter, so that m drive converter. And for access the form data, we need formidable, as I remember. I don't know. Okay. We need one more thing. It's not demand. So that, and let's write the script. First, let's create a file called index. Yes. And let's create a start. Okay, let's initialize some variables. One more thing, we need to access the OAuth system, we need the credential files. So let's go to Google Cloud Platform. Let's download the credential file. So this one here, and rename it to credential. That file here. Let's initialize the OAuth 2.0 client. Okay. All from the credential files. Here. The client I need to be ready. To access the profile and do the CRUD functions on view files and do the functions on drive, we need three scopes. So first one is drive metadata read only base. We need user info profile, and we need drive file. I just added some lines to the code, so to use calls and modifiers. And simple get request, and to listen to the port 5000. So let's start the server. npm start. So to check the server, I use Postman. If you don't have Postman, just go ahead and download it. Very good to check. Good for checking the APIs. So in 5000 request. Okay, we get it to 200 and API running. I find right here. Okay. Now let's get the authorization URL from the OAuth client to complete the OAuth authorization process. Okay, I created a get method right here. So it will call OAuth to client, which is defined in here, and generate OAuth URL just functions like this and this is stuff. So access type will be offline. Scope will be scope which defines in here. Yeah, free scope right here. So it will give us a OAuth URL. So let's test it out. Save it. Okay. Either API. Paste. Send. Okay, we get a URL right here. Let's go ahead and click this. Okay. So this is the OAuth 2.0 login screen. So you need to select an account. Let's go ahead and select okay, this is a Google security link. So to skip this screen, you need to verify your app. it will take time, so I'm just gonna skip this. Okay, allow two rings, so go ahead and allow. You're gonna be redirected to the local host. Yeah, so in here you're gonna get a code like this one. So we have to use that code to get a token. So let's see how to do that now. Okay, I created a post request here, get token. So it requires the code which we will be including in the body. Then using that code, we're gonna get a token. So here request body code, an arrow function. Or if there's an arrow, you're gonna be in the error, else it's gonna send the token right here. So let's test this out. So we have the code we got previously right here. Let's check here, post request. Open body, raw data, take to JSON. Okay, we call code. Code is that. Okay, it's all good. Let's check that. Okay, we got the access token right here, so we're gonna leave it right here, so we can perform some actions later. So one more important thing to remember, the code you get, it's only one time. So if we go ahead and duplicate this, okay, it's not going to work in the second time. So it's only one time. The token you can use until it expires, but the code you can only use once, so remember that. Let's try to get profile info first. Okay, I just wrote a post method to get user profile info. So in here, using the OAuth 2 file, and it's you have to set the credentials. Credentials means the token. And can initialize the Google or to client here, and use that to get profile info, like your profile picture, URL, name, etc. So let's try that. Post body row this right here. Okay, let's check. Okay, it's working. Okay, now let's check how to get your data from Google Drive. I just created a post method to read Drive. Same thing happens here. Get the token and set credentials to that token. Then initiate a Google Drive. So like in here, it's going on to get the profile. To access the drive, it have to be called the drive property. So here you can see the list of available methods. Like in there, you can get the files to list, or there are a number of properties right here. You can create, delete. So we're gonna use the create one. and delete one, and this one. So this one, you can mention some properties here like page size, which means number of items per page. In this case is 10. So you can set fields like there are number of fields in here. You can choose fields to get and order. So you can return the files in response data files. So we're gonna get the files and return the send this file to send that file back to the server user. So let's test this out. That here same token. So let's check what happens. Okay, we get the files. So this is a new Google Drive. I just have a few files in here. There's a PNG, PDF, and a zip. So now let's see how to upload a file. So I just created another method for post request to upload the files. In here I use the formidable. So you can now use this as well to upload the file to this server and upload to the drive. So we don't need to do that. We don't do that. So in here we get the form data and create a stream. In the read stream, we read the file and upload it to the drive. So in here the form data will be traced from the request. So it will contain fields and files. In fields, I'm going to include a token like this, so it can be taken by JSON trace and set the token and the initialize drive. In here we can give the file a name. I'm using the same name, and you can, if you want to place it under drive folder, you just need to mention parent and then give it give a ID of the file folder, sorry. Then give it a mem type. I'm using the same mem type, so I will be able to upload any files, and the body will be a read stream. So I'm going to use the files.create because will be metadata, media will be on, and fields going to be ID. Okay, let's save this and let's test this out. Okay, go to the form data and file, name as file, select a file. I'm going to need token and paste the token from here. Okay, and just test. Okay, it's successful. So okay, it's just uploaded. It's just another one. Okay, sorry. As you can see, now let's look at how to delete a file. Okay, I just created another post request. This will contain an ID parameter, so we need to pass the ID of the file we need to delete, so it will delete. So like the other one, so we need to pass token as well. So it will take the token, initialize the drive, and delete the file. So get the ID. You can go to personal, read drive, right here. Okay, as you can see, there are ID. So if you want to delete the file, let's see what. Delete this file. So delete file. Okay, let us 200. Okay, it's gone. Let's delete this one. ID. This. Run. Request 100. Okay, delete. So the deleted file won't be in trash. It will be permanent delete the file. So be careful with that. Now let's see how to download the file. Okay, I created a post method for download the file. In here, the same requirement happens: getting the token, initializing the drive, and the parameter ID parameter is used for getting the file ID. And this time it's gonna call the get method. In here, we're gonna set the file ID and the media. The response type will be stream. So it will be piped back to the user, means to the response, and that's it. So let's test this out. Go to the postman. Let's grab this ID. Which is this one right here. Okay, let's send the request. Okay, it's working. Browser is responsible for handling the download, so you can just save the response if you want. Okay, that's it for today's video. If you want to know how to create a front end for this, please drop a comment below. And if you want something else, just drop a comment. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. See you all in the next video.